Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a story time, kind of, about how I lost 65 pounds in 4 months. I know, hard to believe, but it's true. The weight just fell off. I dropped it like it was nothing. Let me start off by telling you a little bit about how I ate prior to losing the weight and then how I eat now. And I know for a lot of y'all out there, this isn't the way to lose it, but this is how I lost it. So my whole life, well, before I was 7, I was very thin, but I always kept getting strep throat and sore throat, so I had to have my tonsils removed. As soon as I had my tonsils removed, the weight just came. I couldn't get rid of it. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background. She's a loud one. She meows like crazy. I just couldn't get rid of the weight. I just kept gaining and gaining. Granted, the way I ate was wrong, so that didn't help anything. I remember, though, even before I had children, I was big, but I wasn't that big. I'm 5 foot, half an inch, 5'1", something like that. And before I had my daughter, I was probably 140 pounds, 145. The day I gave birth to my daughter, I was 196. So I gained 60 something pounds with my daughter. So then after I had her, I just couldn't seem to lose the weight. It didn't matter what I did, how I did it, I just could not lose the weight. And 5 years later, I got pregnant with my son. And of course, when I got pregnant with him, I had lost some. I was down to maybe 175. But when I got pregnant with him, I didn't gain as much as her as I did with my daughter, but I gained up almost like 199. I didn't quite hit the 200 mark, like 199. Okay, had him, and of course, I wanted to breastfeed, which would have helped lose the weight, but I'm epileptic, so I take seizure meds, and there's not enough research on seizure meds as to whether you can breastfeed with taking seizure meds, because the child may get too much of the medicine and it could potentially harm them. So I wasn't able to breastfeed, so I wasn't able to burn those calories. But I just couldn't seem to lose the weight. I was currently with my son's father at the time, and that was a very toxic relationship. He was, he was abusive, and we just didn't get along. I did a lot of things, I guess, that really made him mad, and he was putting his hands on me. But you kind of got into a lifestyle that you didn't know how to get out of. And I found that as long as I pretty much left him alone, then things seemed okay. So I just learned to leave him alone. He did his thing, I did mine. My daughter was playing a lot of softball, so I wasn't home a lot. We were always doing travel ball, so we were usually gone, especially on the weekends. And he was a carpenter, so he worked. So anyway, my ex-husband, my daughter's father, we had split, but we were still really good friends. Well, his cousin came to visit. Now, we weren't related we were only related by marriage, and the marriage had ended many, many years ago. So, because I was with my son's father for 14 years. So he came, and I knew immediately that there was an attraction there. But I was still with my son's father, and the one thing I am not is a cheater. So I had always wanted to get out of the relationship with my son's father, but didn't quite know how. And when my current fiance came to visit, I knew that there was something more there. Now, obviously, him being the cousin of my ex-husband, I had met him many, many years ago. And I always thought he was very attractive, but he was with his first wife and I was with, my first husband. So there was never anything there. But I decided to make a change in my life. I decided to leave my son's father and to try a relationship with my current fiance. So I actually asked, and this is my home that my parents left me. So I asked my ex, my son's father, to get his stuff and leave. And so once he left, I started on this journey to not only change my life with who I was with, but to make myself feel better as a person. And by doing that, that meant losing weight. So honestly, I went from November of 2014, I was 208 to 212 pounds. I can't remember. I was somewhere in there. I'd always promised myself if I got to 200 that I would do something, but I never did. So let me tell you a little bit about how I was before with my eating. We would sit at the table and my children would have their plates and then my son's father would have his and I'd have mine. I would finish my plate and I would look around, and if my daughter looked like she was getting up, I was like, "Are you going to finish that?" And I would take her plate and eat it too. My son, I would take his, and I would just take whoever's and eat, because it was like I was never full. I never felt full. So I would eat. But then when I got with my fiance, I decided to try something different. I would go all day. I wouldn't eat anything but one meal, and that was dinner. And then I would take and I would put my dinner on my plate, what I would normally eat, and I would take and cut everything in half. Everything. If I had this many potatoes, I'd cut them in half. If I had 2 spoonfuls of peas, I would go to 1 spoonful, and that is all I ate every day. Once a day, whatever we had for dinner, that's all I ate. And then, of course, you know how it is when you're in the honeymoon phase of your relationship. So I had that. We were burning a lot of extra calories at night doing that. And, it fell off. I'm new to YouTube. I'm not real sure how to edit. I did download an editing app, so I'm hoping to edit. If for some reason I can't, I will try to insert a picture that I took at the beginning of my weight loss journey, and 4 months later. The picture was taken around September 2014. And the new picture was taken in February 2015. So exactly about 6 months. But it really took me only 4 months to lose the weight. And this was through holiday seasons too. November, December, January, February. I dropped 65 pounds. Now, that's the first time I've ever been able to drop weight like that. But I was so worried that I was going to immediately gain it back. Because anytime I've ever lost any kind of weight, I always gained it back. Always. So, for a long time I stayed with that, where I only ate the once a day, and I maintained. I did. But then, time goes on and you want, we go out for breakfast or we go out for lunch and you want to eat. Whereas before, if we went out, I just didn't eat. It didn't matter. I just didn't eat. I'd sit with you while you ate, but I just did not eat. So now I do eat more than once a day. I eat quite often, actually. I eat probably 5 or 6 times a day, but I eat very, very little each time. And I do a smoothie during the day to help fill me up so I'm not hungry. I normally don't eat until, I still don't eat until around 1 or 2 o'clock is usually my first meal. But, I have actually gained, since I've lost the lowest I got was 145, and I have gained back about 8 pounds. So I'm about in between, I fluctuate between 150 and 155, which is okay, but it is still considered obese for my height. So I keep trying to talk myself up to try the diet again. I'm afraid now, though, that it was like a one-time thing and it worked, but if I try it now, it won't work again. But I'm going to give it a shot for 3 more months and see if I can't lose another 20 pounds before summer. I'll keep you posted on the way it is, on the way it goes. So currently I am 153 pounds. I would like to be 135 pounds. Now, I should be, with my height, I should be 125 pounds, but I don't think that's going to happen. But 135, 140, I can live with. I think that would be good. So anyway, that is my journey on how I lost 65 pounds in 4 months. I will try to insert a picture, but if I can't, I'll figure out how to get it in there, even if I have to just hold my phone over it or something, but I will really, really try to insert a picture. Thanks for stopping by. I know this was not how you probably thought I was going to do it or say it, but this is how I did it. And I'm planning on really working on my channel. I haven't posted any because I keep procrastinating. I keep saying, well, I need a light, I need a camera, I need this, I need that. Well, I don't need that. I watch YouTube all day, and I watch several YouTubers, and I mean, they get on their kitchen floor and do videos. They vlog their day, their family vlogs their events. So that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to have a channel that has all kinds of stuff. I'm going to maybe play with makeup one day, because up until a year ago, I never wore makeup except for like an event. So in the last, 4 months, I try to wear it every day, but I'm not very good at it. I'm 40 years old and I'm not very good at it, but I try. And I feel like the more I try, the better I'll be at it. And I try to watch other channels that do makeup and learn things, but I would love to build my channel and maybe get some input on how I can do better. I definitely have the saggy, dry skin from aging, where I didn't take care of my skin in the sun. But thanks for stopping by. I don't know if this will help anyone. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. Hopefully you reach your goal. I know there's all kinds of different diets, the keto diet and all that, and they may be great. They weren't for me. This is just how I did it, and I am so happy it worked, and I am going to try it again, and will keep you posted. Until next time, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload again. And I'm going to really, really start trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, some kind of content. Trying new makeup for a super dry skin. And then I have all these, aged here that I don't know. Been trying all different kinds of products, moisturizing products. It just doesn't seem to work. But I'm still working on it. So please, I would love for you to stop back by. I would love, to have a following. But until next time, take care. Bye.